Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to be doing a all-day wear test of the new Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. Now, this foundation just launched maybe like a month ago, and I've been so excited to try it. First of all, it looks like a little egg. Isn't that so cute? But this foundation has so many good claims, so many good skincare ingredients in it. Of course, we're going to talk about that later in the video. But I just wanted to jump in and say that I'm wearing it right now, and so far, it looks amazing. I will be going to work today, and I'm going to be doing some check-ins throughout the day. It claims to have a 24-hour wear, so I'm not going to test it for 24 hours, of course, but I'm going to go through at least like maybe 12-hour plus of what we can do with this foundation. I also tried out the new Even Better All Over Concealer, and I have that under my eye right now. So we're going to see how that wears too, because this has a 12-hour claim to it. If you want to see how this foundation and concealer hold up, then keep on watching. Okay, so this is what the box looks like. So it has, of course, the Clinique Even Better Clinical shade name up top. So I have mine in Toasted Wheat. And then, just like a lot of Clinique's new packaging, it's going to have the Clinique Clean Sustainable Package seal right on top. And yeah, so let's open this up. And this is what the bottle looks like. So it's going to be more of like an egg shape. And of course it says Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. It has this little lid and it's a pump. So this is a really big deal for Clinique because all of their foundations come in squeeze tubes, or like my favorite Beyond Perfecting has the wand applicator, but for the most part they're all kind of like in squeeze tubes. So this was a big deal for Clinique. Before I get to like priming and applying everything, I want to read off Clinique's website what kind of some information on it. So it says, weightless, medium to full coverage, liquid foundation, 24-hour wear, helps visibly improve skin instantly and over time. Packed with good-for-you skin ingredients like hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, vitamin C, and Clinique's exclusive dark spot fighting molecule UP302. With SPF 25, physical sunscreens help protect your skin from future discoloration, clinically proven to leave bare skin looking even better than when you found it. More even, smoother, and hydrated. They have some like facts about the formula. So it says 24-hour color true wear, 24-hour defense against caking, settling, creasing, pouring, and streaking, which are all very big claims. Physical sunscreen, oil-free, sweat and humidity resistant, waterproof, non-acnegenic, dermatologist and ophthalmologist tested, fragrance-free, and allergy tested, just like everything else in Clinique. So that's kind of all it really says about it. So I am going to prime using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer because I just love the way this primes my skin. I already have my sunscreen on, my eye cream on, so now we're just all makeup at this point. So I'm just going to take my dampened beauty blender and, like I had before, just smash it in there. And then kind of place it in the areas where I feel like we need more help, which is, you know, all over the face. So I love applying the Poreless Putty with like a sponge because I feel like it really just presses everything in. I think the one downside to doing this is it kind of leaves like a little bit of a cast, like the little bit of like the balmy cast. I mean, not that big of a deal because we're going to cover it with foundation anyway, but so I do have, you know, some old breakouts like I always do. You know, y'all know my skin at this point. But I want to see how well it covers it because it does claim to be a medium to full coverage foundation. So of course it's going to be more buildable. Now, I feel like on one side I'm going to use the beauty blender, and on the other side I'm going to use my JH03 foundation brush. It's my favorite foundation brush, just to kind of see if we can, you know, manipulate the coverage in any way. So I think I'll do sponge on this side and brush on this side, maybe. So like I said, I have the shade Toasted Wheat. I wonder if that's even gonna, yeah, Toasted Wheat. And I'm just going to grab my glass palette here. Start off with like one full pump. So like one full pump, and then I'm gonna grab my beauty blender. So now I have it dabbed on, so I'm just going to go ahead and just blend it all out. So with just that little amount of product, I feel like it did cover everything pretty well. I still have product left over on my glass palette. So let's just grab kind of like the rest of it. So I wipe that clean. Kind of build it more like on my cheek area. So this is it with just one pump. And I think that looks amazing. I mean, you can automatically tell like a difference between this side of my face and this side of my face. It looks, I mean, that looks pretty good. I would say we're still like I would say like high, medium, low, full coverage. I mean, for one pump, that's really pretty. Think I'm going to leave it at one pump and kind of just see from there. I'm going to pump out another pump. Right there. Now I'm going to grab the JH03 foundation brush and kind of do the same thing. Up close, I feel like I got like the tiniest bit more coverage with a sponge, but I still have the rest of the product. So actually, let me use up the rest of the product. Okay, so now here's both sides on. So this side we use the brush and this side we use the sponge. Looking head on, I feel like I do kind of prefer the way the sponge left the finish. So I'm just going to take the Beauty Blender with no product on it and kind of just stamp around. So I like the way the Beauty Blender really presses it into the skin. I mean, the brush looks nice too, and it definitely like gave it more of like that airbrush finish. But I prefer the way the sponge looks. So this is it on. This is me not powdering it or anything, but I think it looks very pretty. So 2 pumps will cover my entire face instead of just using 1 pump on each side. On camera, this is looking very pale. But in person, this color looks like perfect for my skin tone. That's just, you know, lighting and everything. So let's move on to concealer. I have the new Even Better All Over Concealer. So I have Toasted Wheat, which is the same shade as my foundation. I have Oat and I have Honey Wheat. So these are more like highlighting shades. And I grabbed Toasted Wheat just in case I needed to like spot conceal anything, because it's the same color as the foundation. I don't think I do. So I think we're going to skip out on Toasted Wheat for a second. Let me just compare Honey Wheat and Oat. So this is Honey Wheat, so it's a little bit darker and more golden. And then this is Oat, which is a little bit lighter and golden. I love a golden concealer. I feel like at this point you guys already know that. I don't know which one I like more. I feel like for today, since I'm just going to go to work, I don't need like a highlighted under eye. So I'm going to go with Honey Wheat because it's going to give me a little bit more brightness but not be as light as Oat will. This is what the wand looks like. So I know this is more like a foundation review, but I did want to read off some like information on the concealer. So it's a 12-hour concealer, instantly corrects, conceals dark circles and dark spots, blurs imperfections with all-day staying power. For 12 hours, color stays true, doesn't streak, and formula resists creasing and settling. Sweat and humidity resistant, ophthalmologists and dermatologists tested, safe for sensitive eyes, contact lens wearers, non-acnegenic. So this formula is fortified with vitamin C, hyaluronic acid to help hydrate and plump fine lines, dry lines, and caffeine helps energize. So love that. Has a little sponge tip applicator at the top, which is so cute. I'll try it, but I think I'm gonna end up just using my Beauty Blender. Go in. So we're going in with Honey Wheat. I'm going to kind of This shade might be a little warm. I'm gonna be wearing a mask all day, so I mean I'm not gonna really like fully conceal like I normally do. It says you can wet the little sponge tip, so I'm just gonna take some Fix Plus and I'm gonna go in with the little eraser first. Okay, wait, but why did that blend that out so well? I mean, look at that. That's like blended. I honestly did not think I was gonna be a fan of this. Wow, look at that. Actually, that's pretty neat. So I love that it just blends it out. So just on the other side, just for, you know, laughs, I'm going to take the beauty blender and blend it out. Wow, this concealer just blends out with no effort whatsoever. Yeah, this is such a good concealer. I'm actually, so I feel like I'm at full coverage, but I'm just a psycho and I'm going to add a little bit more. Like that much. And then I am just going to take this button. So I am going to be doing like an all day wear test, but I'm still going to set everything the way I normally would because I mean that's what I would normally do in any other situation, so I don't know why I wouldn't now. For my concealer, I'm going to take my Covergirl Clean Fresh powder and set it with that. Oh my god, this powder and this concealer duo, out of this world. Oh my god, look how smooth my under eyes look. I'm living. For the rest of the face, I am just going to take the Clinique loose powder in Invisible Blend, so translucent. And I'm going to just set the rest of my face with this. I'm going to start off with my concealer. I'm going to take the same powder and just set my entire face with it, because that's what I would normally do. I would set my entire face with a translucent loose powder. Really going to go in on my forehead. So, do I look airbrushed or do I look airbrushed? Because I feel like I look amazing. I don't think I'm gonna do any other makeup. Maybe a little bit of, I'll do a little bit of mascara, I guess. Let's just make it a Clinique day. I'm gonna take my Clinique High Impact Mascara. Yeah, just like one coat. I don't feel like doing much. I'm just gonna go to work. I'm gonna throw some Benefit 24-hour brow setter into my brows. And then I'm gonna try, so this is the new POREfessional Super Setter. This is supposed to like elongate your makeup, helps lock on makeup, softens look of pores, feels weightless. So let's give her a go. Ooh, super fine mist. I don't feel like anything's happening. I have this Jeffree Star Skin Frost right in front of me, so let's do a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to take my JH09 highlighting brush and just grab a little bit. This is in the shade Siberian Gold. Just a little bit. That's enough of that. I'm kind of done with the important part of the makeup, so I'm going to go ahead and go to work. I will be doing check-ins throughout the day, and I'll see you later. Okay, so it's literally like 10 minutes later, but I kind of wanted to get a shot kind of like in the car. So here's like a, I guess, a close-up of everything. Everything still looks, I feel, pretty good. I'm in line for McDonald's, obviously, but I kind of just wanted to do like an outside kind of light, just like not just my studio lighting. But I think it looks really good like in person. I mean, I'm just looking like in the rear view and stuff, but I think I like it. It looks really pretty. Okay, so it is 3:10. This is check-in number 1. And so far, I mean, it's rubbing off a little bit on my mask. So yeah, coming off a little bit on my nose and a little bit on my cheeks. But overall, I think it still looks really pretty. So I'll probably do like another check-in later, but this is the first one.
I actually really like it.
I know, me too. It looks super soft, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like my forehead looks great.
Yeah, you kind of look very filtered, like.
Ooh, yes, we love that.
Yeah.
Shelby is again helping me with my check-ins.
Yeah, we're out here, just checking in.
Checking in. But I'll do another check-in later, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, so here's my second check-in. It is now 7:00. I am out of work, and I mean, I obviously like the foundation rubbed off like in these areas here. But, I mean, my forehead looks really good. It rubbed off on my nose a little bit. My chin looks good. But overall, I feel very shiny. I think this is the time where I would, like, take a powder or something and really kind of powder everything down to, like, touch up everything. It still looks nice. I kept getting compliments all day that I looked airbrushed and smooth. The concealer is holding up very well, too. It has not creased or anything. Yeah, it looks exactly like how I applied it this morning. It has been on for, let's see, about 10 hours, give or take. And I mean, I love the way it looks still. I'm gonna wear it a little bit, eat dinner, and see how it holds up. Okay, so it is now 11:41 at night, and this makeup has been on for like 14 hours, definitely past 12 hours. So I did a whole day wear test. I mean, I'm not gonna do 24 hours. I think that's extreme. I'm here now, and this is what it looks like. So in these areas here, like my cheek areas, it did rub off slightly, and that's because I wore a mask all day. On my nose, it wore off, but it's not bad actually. Not too bad. My forehead, I mean, this happens with foundations on my forehead for whatever reason. My forehead is just very textured, so it just looks heavy. This is with no touch-ups. This is with no extra powdering. This is just me wearing it all day. Now, I feel like if I would have had my beauty blender with me and was able to kind of, pat things out a little bit throughout the day, it would have looked more smooth. And I kind of want to just take, like, my dry beauty blender and kind of just pat it. Yeah, see, I feel like that already looks so much better. I mean, for 14 hours, I think it looks about what I feel like any foundation would. That was with me not baking it, not using, like, my Urban Decay all-nighter like I usually do. I don't know. I mean, I am a big fan of it. I had so many compliments all day about how airbrushed I looked, how smooth I looked. I loved the way it looked. Now, I feel like if I would have had, of course, done more like a full face with it, it would look so much better. But I was just trying to test out the foundation the way it looked. And overall, I mean, I feel like it's not as greasy as I thought it would be. Most of my foundations end up looking way worse than this. But yeah, I mean, it pretty much rubbed off where I figured it would rub off because of my mask. So if I wasn't wearing a mask, I feel like it would have worn a lot better. But, it's just one of those things. Now, the concealer, though. The concealer did not move. It has not creased. It has not bunched. I love this concealer. I feel like the honey wheat shade did slightly oxidize. I can kind of see maybe a little bit of like oxidation right in the edges. Now, I don't know if that was because I used the powder or I'm not too sure, but I think I will, when I want to highlight, I'm going to use the oat shade, and I feel like I might even have to invest in like a lighter shade than that, because y'all have seen me do more of like an extreme highlight under the eye. I do like a very highlighted under eye, so I even think this might not be light enough for what I want to achieve, but I love the concealer. The applicator actually made it really nice for me to like get right under the eye. It has not, like I said, it hasn't bunched. It still feels very smooth, not transferring at all like on my finger. Overall, I'm very happy with the way this looks. I think with any kind of foundation, you're gonna modify it to however you think is going to work for you. I think in the future I will bake it. I will use like my Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte Setting Spray. Kind of go from there. But overall, I think it still looks good. Like, I'm looking at my viewfinder here, and I think it still looks wearable. I feel like if I just, grab a powder, touch it up, do whatever I need to do with it, it's still workable. I definitely recommend the Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. I love it. I love that it's in a pump. The little bottle is cute. I love that it has so much skincare in it. Overall, I think it's an amazing foundation. I think you should go buy it. If you haven't yet, I think you should go buy it. I love that. It's in a glass jar. I'm a big fan. So I have some of my favorite foundations over here on my filming station. I have my Becca, R.I.P. Becca. I have my, of course, LA Girl, my Pro Matte. So I have kind of my staple foundations over here, my Wet n Wild. I have my staple foundations up here, and I think I'm gonna leave this up here too because I really did enjoy it. And I think oh my god, this combo might be so good. Or even my LA Girl. This might be so good. Ooh, okay. So many possibilities now, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to keep playing with that. I'm very excited to find out new ways how to wear it, but overall, I love it. Okay guys, and that's it. Let me know down in the comments if this is a foundation that you would like to try or you think that would work for your skin. Comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.